Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Ellis Nordhoff, and today I'm here to preview the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. That's it. They're all done after Wednesday night. That is it. Wow, it's hard to say, it's mad to say, but it's the final one. It's the final time Everton face Liverpool at Goodison Park. Hopefully we can get a win, Blues. We absolutely would love that, wouldn't we? We did get a win last year, so as our luck ran out, could we really get two in a row? I don't know, but let's dive straight into it. So Liverpool are obviously having a fantastic season. We know this. Under Arne Slot, we never hear the end of it. It's all going amazingly for them, isn't it? Until Plymouth knock them out of the cup. Maybe this could derail their season. Maybe. The quadruple isn't on anymore, so we don't have to hear about that anymore. But they're still in the Champions League, still top of the Premier League, and they're still in the Carabao Cup. So they're obviously doing well, aren't they? We have to give them that, I suppose. But they're a team that Plymouth have shown can be beaten. So why can't we go and beat them? In terms of our side, we have got the boost of Vitaly Mykolenko coming back into the team. I think it'll be useful to have him back. Obviously, Ashley Young played against Bournemouth when we lost in the Cup at the weekend. Didn't do a lot wrong, but didn't really do a lot right either. So it'd be good to have Mykolenko back because he has done well so far under Moyes. Looking forward to seeing how he deals with Salah because he's had a lot of success with Salah in recent years. So fingers crossed he can keep him quiet and stop him from scoring at Goodison because Salah does not deserve to score a goal in the last Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. So let's make sure he doesn't. In terms of the midfield, James Garner has to play without a doubt. He's been fantastic since he come back in. You've obviously got the decision to be made between Decore and Alcaraz, and then it's going to be Idrissa Gueye. Decore and Alcaraz is a big debate, I think. On the one hand, you've got Abdoulaye Decore, who will do the running for you. He's more tactically astute, I suppose. Kind of knows where to be. He's good for those games against the bigger sides. But then you've got Carlos Alcaraz, who's a bit more of a wild card, and gave us a great cameo performance against Bournemouth, so he's shown that maybe he just has that bit more on the ball, a bit more creativity, a bit more X factor really that Decore doesn't have. So that would be why I'd look to maybe play him in this game. It's a decision that Moyes has got to make, and I would like him to go with the attacking option, go with Alcaraz and just take that risk because we really want to win this one, don't we? But I would understand if he didn't and if he left Alcaraz to be an impact sub again. Of course, while he did have a good cameo, we don't want to pile all the pressure on the lad that he's going to be this saviour and this is going to be it now. He's going to win us the derby and he's going to carry us to a top 10 finish. We can't quite pin all that on him. Our only January signing, should I add. So it'd be a lot of pressure to pile it all on one signing. So I think I'd understand whatever Moyes chooses to do there. In terms of up front, Beto, huge game for Beto. Obviously, he did well the other week with his brace, scoring 2 goals in a game. Not many strikers do it often, so fair play to Beto for doing that. Can he do it in a big game where he's going to be responsible for holding the ball up, wasting time when we need to, keeping the ball in our attacking half and making sure that we don't just give it away and become susceptible to quick counter-attacks? Beto, you've got a massive job, mate, and I believe in him. I hope that he can do it. If he puts a big shift in here, then he could really cement his place as Everton's number 9. Obviously, one of the only ones really with the most certain future, I suppose. You look at Calvert-Lewin's contract expiring, Brozier's going back, Chimetti's obviously young. Obviously, there's been links to Beto going out as well, but if he stays and scores goals, then he'll still be at the club next season. So I'd love to see Beto have a good game here, and don't know about you, but I would love to see Beto score the winner in a Merseyside derby. That just sounds great. What a guy to go and get it. I think if there was a player I could choose to score the winner, I think it might have to be him, What a fella. But we've had some Merseyside derby successes at Goodison in the last decade or so. 2. One last year and then one in 2010. Pleased to say I was at both of them. The 2010 one was actually under David Moyes, which could be a bit of a good omen. I remember it now. We had Tim Cahill scored, Mikel Arteta scored. They had a terrible team. They were obviously under Roy Hodgson and things weren't going well. And then Fast forward 15 years and Moyes is back at the helm. Hopefully he can do it again, because until last year he was the only manager that had done it. So fingers crossed. And then last year, of course, massive performance from the players. Just unbelievable shift. Massive credit to Sean Dyche that night. He got it spot on, and we just had the right intensity. We dug in when it mattered. Players like Calvert-Lewin were just playing out the skin. He scored, Jared Branthwaite scored, and we absolutely battered them. And while we didn't batter them in terms of possession, we were the better side that day. We absolutely were. We outfought them, outmuscled them, and ultimately outplayed them. So if we could do that again, that would just be absolutely magic. And this game actually should have been played weeks and weeks ago, shouldn't it? But obviously Storm Darragh had his say on that, and the game got cancelled because of that. And I think that night a lot of Evertonians would have actually liked the game to have gone ahead. Not in terms of public safety and everything, because obviously it couldn't have gone ahead. It just wouldn't have been safe to do so. But in terms of how the game would have panned out, if the weather was that bad, it probably would have suited Everton, having the high winds and just a bit more of an uncomfortable environment for the opposition, which is what we thrive on at Goodison, isn't it? So we're not going to have quite the same weather, I don't think, in this one as we would have had in the game before it got rescheduled. But there'll still be a chance to make Goodison angry and up for it. It's going to be, isn't it? It's the last ever Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. Goodison's going to be bang up for it, and I really hope everyone just leaves everything in that ground. Every single ounce of passion and love you have for Everton, I'd love everyone to just leave it in the ground. Massive celebration, just a massive celebrate Goodison, and hopefully Everton can give us a performance that we can then celebrate as well. I think that'd just be fantastic. If we can get that win, wow, it'll go down as one that we'll all remember, won't it? And we've got a coach welcome before the game now, so that's something to look out for as well. We've got Gustafsson playing their brand new song, Lights Under Goodison, at the Winslow at 6:45, just to bring that atmosphere up again. I'm sure it'll help. So there's a lot going on in there before the game. There's a lot to kind of bring the atmosphere up, get everyone going, and this kind of game, it shouldn't need much hyping up really, should it? It's Everton versus Liverpool, and it's 41 wins each at Goodison Park. We cannot let that record go to them. We cannot leave Goodison Park knowing that they won more Merseyside derbies than us. Come on, it just cannot happen. So I'm going to be positive in the prediction, like I normally am. I don't like backing against us, and I especially don't like backing against us when it's against Liverpool. So I'm going to go with a lovely 1-0. And it's going to be either Carlos Alcaraz or Beto. They have had a really great ride so far. They've done fantastically well. They've really, really impressed. They haven't really had a major hiccup. And then now, of course, they lost to Plymouth. And then if we go and beat them after that, it really does just put them on a bit of a rocky path, I suppose. And whether they can then navigate out of that will prove whether or not they are worthy Premier League champions. We'll see, won't we? But Everton have to do their part for their own sake. But also, if they want to stop Liverpool winning the league, they can have a say in that as well. But that is all for your match preview today. I do hope you've enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think we can go and win this one? Can we? I hope so. And what do you think in terms of the team as well? Would you bring Alcaraz in for his first start in the derby? Or would you stick with Decore, maybe play the safer option? It's Moyes versus Slot for the first time ever and the last time ever at Goodison Park. Thank you for watching. See you later.